come to a point where I can no longer continue afoot. So, therefore, I have taken to boating, and I feel in my mousy heart of hearts that this direction eastward from the first bridge is the way that I must continue on my journey. I don't have any hard and fast evidence to this other than my mousy instincts, and I'm going to continue this way, which I did not go earlier. So, now that I have apparently just abandoned my vessel on these rocks, I will proceed by foot. My feet were getting quite a bit tired, even though I am a mouse of the world and a fine adventure. That doesn't mean that my feet can take several days of walking, and I have some blisters. This is something that my mother never told me, and Abbot Cedric never warned me about. But I suppose if I don't think about it too much, I'll be able to live with it without any real consequence. Oh, do I see before me that the river is widening out into a small lake? I certainly do think that this is a much more lakey candidate than the other streams, and perhaps if I just would have went farther off of the bat, I would have been able to find where I'm supposed to go. Let's take a quick... Oh, what is that? I do see... I believe I spy some torches in the far, far distance. That is what I was instructed to look for. And even if it's not, it may be the resident of some goodly water beast, perhaps an otter? Otters are so very playful. They're one of my favorite animals, aside from mice, of course. I once knew an otter named Flash. Flash the teenage otter, in fact. He was always so full of energy, and getting himself into quite some mischief. You might even say he was a bit of an inspiration for me. But I suppose that's a tale for another day. Well, this certainly does look like rocks and waterfalls. So perhaps this is the mole territory. And I'll be able to find the gold nuggets that I was prophesied to find. Prophecy. Now I'm being a silly mouse. Oh look, a yellow flower pot. That's a very good sign indeed. I think this is, in fact, the way to go, because it does appear that there is a mine up ahead. Hello, are there any good beasts about? I'm here. It is I. Jeez. Oh! This certainly does look like the moles have found gold. Uh-oh, what is that up ahead, though? Is that a wall of lava? Let me double check. Let me just double check what I am here to find. Alright, gather the gold nuggets and return back to the infirmary at the abbey. I might even be able to catch a wagon. That's good to know. Well, this is clearly the way to go, but my mousy whiskers are just trembling with anticipation of understanding what this is. Oh my, a very treacherous spill of lava. Well, we've had our run-in with lava before, and I shan't want to experience that again. The moles have really dug out this entire room. It almost makes me feel as if the walls are pressing in on me. Oh no. I shan't take all of their gold, but I shall take some. And let's see what the moles have to say.
were a lovely fine quartz. I believe this were the stone those Volo folk were asking about. Unlocks their wagon. We best be a leaving it, or next time there be a calling.
Oh, I'm afraid I barely understood what these moles had to say to me, but I do thank them for their assistance, and I am going to return back to St. Ninian's now. Oh, I might want to keep my recipe book. Moles, you should keep some of this milk cap because my understanding is that the milk cap will allow you to protect yourself from the plague. Maybe the plague hasn't reached very deep into these mines as of yet. However, you can never be too cautious. That's what I've learned on this travel. You can never be too cautious. Well, now I think all I need to do is swim my little mousy feet all the way back to St. Ninian's and try to catch the wagon to the abbey. I think as I proceed, I will just recount some of the travels in my head, and it shall make for a wonderful traveling assistance. Oh, is that St. Ninian's there? I didn't even have to travel all the way to the bridge. I was so caught up in my own thoughts that the travel seemed to take no time whatsoever. That is a good thing. Oh, approaching from the back of St. Ninian's, I didn't realize that there was sort of a covered extension house to the back. I don't think there's a way in though, and I don't think I noticed this last time either. We'll take a short diversion to check this large mossy pile of rocks and see if there is something interesting to see here. Perhaps a hidden lever or some other thing of interest depicted by this red flower pot. You would have think I've learned my lesson by now. Oh dear. I have fallen quite far into what appears to be some type of dungeon. I have a block of stone that I think is the key to allowing my escape from this underground crypt. Well, I do hope that I can now escape. There's a series of hidden levers here that formed a stairway. I wonder which good creature lost their emeralds here. But no matter. I'm back at the cart, and I have the St. Ninian's travel key. Oh, wait for me, cart master. I would like to come with you to the abbey. Oh, wonderful. You brought me all the way back to Redwall Abbey in a lickety-split fashion. I'm back, Abbot. I'm back as directed with all of the wonderful ingredients. So I'm going to head to the infirmary next. I don't remember this fountain being here before. The trees are quite lovely. It's almost as if I haven't been gone for several days. It's as if no time has passed whatsoever. Ah. Believe me, I am grateful to have that pumpkin pie. And now we shall head into the abbey for which I will try to remember the way to the infirmary. Infirmary. I don't quite know how to pronounce it. Brother Alfie, when you are done repairing the tapestry, could you hang it just a tad higher, please? Oh. Father Abbott has left some instructions here for one of the brothers. But again, I do not see them in attendance. I hope they don't mind me running across this hedgerow. I'm sure it won't be a problem. These ingredients for the infirmary are very, very important. Although it has been so long since I've been here, I've nearly forgotten where the infirmary is. I do believe it's in this direction. Yes, I think this is correct. Here's where the baby beasts were kept. I remember that now. And therefore, I think the infirmary is this way. Past the Hall of Portraits. And maybe around this corner? I don't think it's down here. No, it's definitely not down in the kitchen. I do think it must be up this way. Oops. Wait a moment. This could be correct. Is this correct? Oh dear. Have I been over there? Now I'm certainly not certain if I'm going in the right direction. I may have to just search around on my lonesome. Oh, it appears that someone has cleaned up the cakes that I left here before. And now I will no longer be able to reach that ladder. Interesting. I hope I'm not in any trouble for leaving those cakes behind. I didn't really mean to cause a litter, but I am going quite in circles now, trying to find the infirmary. I'm afraid that I'm going to fail in my quest, because I've now visited the same hallway 3 times to no avail. I no longer have my bearings. Wait a minute. I do think the infirmary was in the southwest corner. I'm not certain. Hello? Is anyone here who can help me find the infirmary? I have very important ingredients to provide, such that we do not all catch the plague. Will someone please help me find my way? I don't like the feeling of being lost. It is contrary to a mouse's general disposition. Oh my, I hope they haven't moved the infirmary, because there were so many people sick with the plague that they decided they didn't need it anymore. I've wandered my way through this whole place for an hour, calling out for help. Oh, finally back to the infirmary. My goodness, that was very hard to find, but I shall, I think, never forget again where I was supposed to go. Now, the only thing left for me to ask is where to go next. And I think the answer might be here.
I am glad to see your safe return to our abbey, but I am afraid I have yet another task for you, Mouse. This one is far more pressing than the last and requiring a bit of diplomacy. Rumors of this mystery illness are spreading across our abbey, and I want to find out what truth they may hold. There is a stoat who lives in a marshland some distance west of Redwall. His name is Velo Scrimpaw, and I count him as a friend of our abbey. In the past, he has proven uniquely gifted at sifting truth from errant rumor, so I trust he will know more about this supposed illness than any beast. Old Velo never offers his knowledge for free, but I may have just the thing to loosen his tongue. He attended a feast here not long ago, and took a great liking to our friar's famous mushroom stew. You should find all the ingredients within our kitchens to brew your own pot. Old Velo is a talented woodworker, and a gracious compliment to this skill may further loosen his tongue. When you have the stew, follow the river Moss's ancient dry riverbed west of the main gate. You should find his home amidst the stand of beeches and firs. With any luck, old Valo will know the truth. Only then can we decide the proper course of action.
Right then. I understand, Abbot. I shall first head down to the kitchens after putting these vital ingredients here so that our brewmasters can go ahead and make the potions that are needed to fight this plague. And then I shall head down to the kitchen, the way of which I believe I know, after having gone through this abbey for so long to find the infirmary. I do believe that the kitchen is quite near by the dining hall. And here it is, in fact. Now to find bowls and mushrooms. And here we are, bowls and mushrooms. We shall take approximately 6 red, and I think I took more of the brown. There we are. Let's put a bowl here, and we shall mix the mushroom stew together. I don't know how many are required, but I think any beast would be happy with 3. So that is what I shall take. Now, the question is, oh, all of these have been restocked since I was last here. That's good. The question now is, how does one exit the abbey? And the answer, of course, presents itself when asked. So let us head towards the main gate. Is this the way to the main gate, in fact? Yes, it is. And then we will go to the ditch that I admired earlier, and we will head to the west. The west is the best. I don't think anyone has ever told me that saying before. The west is the best. Perhaps, now that I have grown as a mouse and an adventurer, I am able to make up some of my own famous sayings. And one day, people will remember that Cheese was the one who said, "West is the best." Alright then, here's the dry riverbed that the abbot told me about. And we know that the moon and the sun set in the west, which happens to be straight the way that I'm pointing, but not south, nor north, which is the way of the riverbed. So let me read this again. Am I supposed to follow the riverbed? Or am I supposed to follow the river Moss's ancient riverbed west of the main gate? You should find his home amid beeches. Well, which way do I follow it? North or south? Oh, I think the abbot is not very good at giving me explicit directions, is he? Oh dear, I feel like I'm going to spend another great long period traveling back and forth. No, it is not clear. Well, I think I'm going to go... I don't see any beech trees. I'm going to go in the direction of this lighted up torches place. Although, this is the way that I went to the bridge. Wait a minute. Oh no. It splits up. Okay. That's fine. Well, I don't know if this is the best way to go. I'm just very unsure of myself. Maybe that's part of my mouse sleep training. I'm also not sure. Where is the light source? Why is this very bright right? Oh! Well, that was quite spooky, actually. It's almost, it's almost as if some beast just suddenly turned off the light. Now, there are some are those beech trees? Or did he say birch trees? I think he said beeches and firs. Those are birches, but they're not beeches. Oh dear, I'm so mousily confused. Well, I suppose I will go this way because this is west. But it's possible that I've once again gone the wrong way. I fear I'm not a very good cartographer. Maybe being a brewmaster is the proper calling for me after all.